Woohoo! And welcome.
Woo-hoo.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer
I could
blowouts.
escape laying taste in my own world, own world.
Forever, we can make it better. And tell me, partner, would that be sweet? Sweet as
Sweet
sweet,
escape.
sweet, sweet.
To both of us, we sound like we're singing together, but I just know that is completely off.
Girl,
In post, I'm gonna be listening back, like who told us
Yahoo's
to
was
start
not
singing in
on key at
unison,
all.
like we're in person again.
I missed that. Hey, y'all. Sorry to. Welcome to the Untitled Africans podcast. You know who I am, and you know who
Fly,
she
fly, fly,
is. We do
fly.
it every week. Welcome back.
Ain't nothing
Um,
new.
Ain't nothing new. Only thing new is it's another week in this summer. How you been, girl?
Another week being cute and being black.
Period.
Honey. Happy Juneteenth. Well, it's not Juneteenth by the time y'all hear this, but
Well,
you know.
we hope.
Happy freedom.
Period. Happy, it's still the month of, so I feel like they could still get the happy Juneteenth.
Are you gonna share Pride Month with the Blacks?
Girl, I'm black and gay. Hell yeah. This is
Period.
I'm at peak power right now. What do you mean?
Honey, double capacity. Did you
Oh,
do anything
girl.
for Juneteenth, Pride, Father's Day?
I think I could only celebrate so much this weekend. I was like, let me just focus on my dad. I was like, happy Father's
I'm
Day, nigga.
tired. I'm tired, Grandpa.
No, I was actually inside this whole weekend.
¿Qué
I know.
pasó?
I know. Well, I did have plans to go out Saturday, but like they fell through, and then I was just like, well, might as well enjoy my time. And I've just been inside, and then today Juneteenth, I'm off from work, so it's like ain't shit else.
Well, you might have spoke this. You remember last week? You're like, I'm tired. It's funny the different avenues. First, you were like, outside
Outside,
every
outside,
weekend,
outside.
and then
Literally,
last week you're like, bitch,
fuck
these
this shit.
hoes got me fucked up sometimes. This week you're like, yeah, I'm inside. Thank you.
I mean, I don't mind it.
You had a whole character arc in
I
3
did.
weeks.
I did. And I love that for me. I think
Yeah,
I think we all need it cuz sometimes it just being outside every weekend can be a little rough, but it
it's a
was good for
lot.
me. I definitely just sat back, relaxed. Um I'm definitely rejuvenated to be back outside.
That's probably what you needed. It might not have been
Yeah.
what you planned, but it's probably what you needed.
Yeah, but I'm prepping now cuz I'm about to leave again. Leave this fucking country.
Period.
Yeah. What about
We love a
you?
good vacay.
How was your week? How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. It was fun. I went outside. I made myself look and feel cute. And it was
I
just like,
saw.
if I do nothing else, I'm going to enjoy my me time.
Period.
Like, because I was like, at first, because there was this like Juneteenth event that was having like performances and dancing and spoken word. And I was like, okay, if it starts at 12, I need to get there by like 2. And then the time was just going. I was like doing my hair. I went grocery shopping. I was like finished the laundry. And then all of a sudden it was like 4. Or it was like 3. I didn't get there till 4. Then I was like, you know what? I don't care. Like, who is waiting on me? I
Cause
can
well,
just sit back, enjoy the time that I have for myself. So I was
period.
like, at some point, I was just like, yes, I'm going to take extra long on my makeup and my hair
This
for
is time for me.
myself. Yes.
And you
So that
look
was
bomb as fuck.
nice. Thank you,
You look
friend.
very like melanin was sun kissed, hair was doing its thing, the fit was fitting. You
Honey,
look
that
good.
lace front. I was like, it's been a minute since I've had a lace front on my head.
Period. I love
And I
that.
didn't have no glue. So the whole time I was just like, worried about my hairline, but I was like, it's fine. I mean, as long as I don't end up trending on Twitter or TikTok from some rando taking a picture of my hairline, who cares?
Ooh, well, not you
I don't care if it
trending.
slides back, honey. They say love
No,
is blind. They don't care if your wig been sliding back since day one. Like, it don't matter.
n- no, we need to talk about that. Let's go ahead and just get into this week's topics because that's one thing I want to talk about that's been upsetting my soul.
What?
If we outside,
Mm.
why are we, and we all enjoying being outside, why do we all want to hop on social media to embarrass each other for being outside?
Okay.
I think we as a generation need to reevaluate our outside behavior because I've
Honestly.
started to notice because why is it that if I'm like out dancing, having a good time, you and your friends want to sit at the corner cackling, kiki kin, record me, post on social media, like, oh, look at this person. I'm like, okay, and
And then there'd be those same people who are like, look at how much fun these people had in the 90s. Like, they were so vibrant.
uh,
Blase,
don't
blase,
nobody
blonde, just living their best life. And now we're just like so
don't
closed
nobody want to
off.
dance anymore. Don't nobody want to, like, you go to the club and everybody just on their
Bring
phone
back
sitting
the
down.
dance floor.
Yeah, the reason why is because y'all done embarrassed everybody out of like enjoyment.
Honey, like so afraid of being embarrassed on social media because y'all want to post randoms to be minding their business 9 times out of
Exactly.
10. They're like, look at this person minding their business doing this activity that has nothing to do with me.
Unless like I'm taking like a cute picture with my friends or anything else, like I'm trying so hard to like not record and be on my phone, but then I low-key want to post about it at the same time. Be like, look, we
I know.
outside.
We
But at the same time, it's like, girl,
outside.
enjoy the fucking moment.
Yes.
Like, not everybody got to see that you actually outside. It's like, okay, you know you're outside. You know
Right.
you're having fun wherever you're at or like whatever you're doing. But it's like, but then there's other people who like take it to the point. It's like, okay, I'm gonna embarrass you because you're outside having fun. I'm like, you weird. That's
I
weird
don't like
behavior.
that.
Y'all hoes is weird.
It's giving insecure. Go speak to a therapist about that, honey. Why you feel like you need to bring people down who are minding their business. But that's what I really loved about being out this weekend. I
Mm-hmm.
went to a block party on Sunday and like
Oh, your first
bitches were
NYC block
just
party?
my second, but the first one that felt like really, really
Oh.
real. I think because I knew about it early, like got there ahead of time. I was prepared mentally now to really take it all in, and I was there at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
That it felt like my first one pretty much. I guess this should be my first official one. That I
Yeah.
was like, oh, bitches don't care. Bitches don't care. Just here,
Just be
like
outside, have a good
having
time.
fun, dancing your ass off.
Mm.
Like it
Girl,
was such a good vibe.
you ever dance so hard when you outside that like you wake up the next morning and like you're worried like you having like heart palpitations, like your heart is like still struggling to like come back? Cause like you ever had
It's
that? No?
giving go to the hospital.
Oh, okay, no, just
No,
me.
but
Got it.
I went down the stairs this morning. Like I woke up and my feet said, "What are you doing? What
Mm-hmm.
are you doing?" Because
Yep.
between the last 2 days, yesterday alone, with the blog party, I got 25,000 steps.
Oh
And that's not including the day before where I went to a party and I was walking around the whole day.
no,
So
I
when I woke
remember.
up today, my feet were over me. My ankles, these little narrow canyon ankles said, "Who do you think you are?
I,
We're not here with this."
and y'all know when Getty's like 4 or 5 or something like.
Ah, wow.
So
Unsolicited drag.
her steps are a little small. So like every one of her steps is like half of an actual regular human size step.
I can't.
No, I'm fucking around. No, that happened to me too. Cause like it was like not this weekend, but the weekend before when we went to that Amapiano thing. I was out there with the Amapiano girlies trying to be a legwork warrior. When I tell you, even my phone was like, new goal achieved. Something. I said, oh wow, yeah.
Exercise achievement unlocked.
Literally like new step goal achieved for like the day. I was like, oh shit. That's why the next day when I woke up, my heart, I was like, Oh shit. I
She
went a
worked
little
at
too hard.
overdrive.
I was like, oh, she got it like a little cardio in her, like a little too much cardio.
She said, "Relax yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Relax, please, a little bit at a time."
Speaking of health, did you see this story on Twitter that somebody posted? I don't know if I
Which
sent it to
one?
you, but this person was like, their brother's close friend at work is a lesbian, and apparently they made a deal years ago, that
I need
whenever
you to
like she was
repeat that. I'm
ready,
trying to think. Your brother's close
close
friend's
friend at work.
sister at work.
So
Your
let's say like
your
my
brother's close friend
okay
at
at
work.
work is a
Okay, so it's
lesbian,
the brothers. Okay, okay, okay.
right?
Is a lesbian. Okay,
hmm
okay.
Right, right. And apparently they made a deal like years ago that whenever she was ready, they'd go half on a baby. And
LOL.
apparently like the brother didn't want the lesbian coworker wanting to spend like thousands of dollars on IVF. And
Oh.
eventually they like he went through with this. He followed through with the promise or whatever, and like on March 23rd, 2022, like the baby was born, right? So
Wow.
update, Father's Day 2023, and they just posted the baby celebrating. Update, our family just celebrated Brellen's first birthday, and it's so cute.
Oh, that is so cute. It's
I'll
giving
send it to you.
Kaylani in her little situation.
So that's why I was just like, when I saw it, I was like, wait, so your brother and his coworker
Had a
basically just had a
baby.
baby.
Let's work wife on a whole nother level.
But I'm sure like the brother, like I'm sure he has his own relationship with like his own partner, and like I'm sure the coworker also has her own partner. So I'm just like, wait, so y'all splitting the baby?
Pretty much.
That's actually it's giving commune. It's
I
actually
love
not a
it.
bad like thought, and it's so
Right.
modern, I think,
It's
as
giving,
opposed.
what is it? Neo nuclear family. Like, this is the new
Yes,
age
that's exactly. It's definitely
nuclear
giving
family.
It's giving modern family, because you're just like,
Yes.
oh, this is my mom, this is my dad, but then that's also my mom, and that's also my other mom.
Right. Literally. Literally that.
What's that TikTok sound? Hi, I'm da 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 da, and this is my mom. This is the story of how my mom met
This
my
is,
dad, and they had me. But then my dad also had his own wife, and
yeah.
then my mom also had her own wife. Hi, I'm
Actually, I want to
Braylon.
watch this.
I right? Like this is
I
a
want to watch
show.
that.
I want to pitch it.
No,
I
pitch
want to
it.
pitch this show because then I'm like, who are we pitching though to ABC?
ABC, I feel like it's under the Full House, Modern Family,
Mm.
Blackish, a show about a family that goes on for like a decade. Like, this has that kind of potential.
And you know what we could do?
Hmm.
We make the couple interracial. They love that shit over there on
They
ABC.
love
They
that shit.
love that shit.
Right now, it has to be a black mom and a
Long
white husband and an Asian couple in there too. We got to figure out how,
yes,
because they
but
love the black mamas right now
oh,
with their white man.
they're living for
And they're
that right
also
now.
loving Asians right now. Hollywood is
I
like,
love.
we'll let you minorities in. Just it has to be that specifically.
Speaking of network television, did you see CBS this morning? Gail was not having it. You saw that? You saw that tweet?
Happy Juneteenth. Welcome to Good Morning America. And mind you, our black asses are here, but our white coworker
Has
actually
off
has the
today.
day off. Enjoy the day off, Jack. Our black asses will be indoors working. I was like, period, Gail.
It's giving that Cartman sound from South Park. Master got me working. Days never finished. Master got me working. Some of the master set me
You are
free.
as well.
That's basically what Gail said. Gail said, days never finished. Master got me
Bitch.
working.
we're here,
But
but the token
no,
white man in our office is out enjoying
literally,
his
it's like,
Juneteenth.
why the fuck is he not in the studio right now doing this?
How did this happen? All three of them actually should have been off, and just have the white man alone there
Oh, hell yeah.
doing it all.
I
Say
think
reparations, honey,
it's,
reparations.
I feel like because it's like, it just got made into like a federal holiday. What was it, 2020 or
Yeah, I think so. Or even
2021?
2021. Yeah,
No, it was
somewhere
2020. It
around
got
there.
made into a federal holiday. I think it's currently in its like early days of like, and everyone's like not sure, like, oh,
How
who should take
serious are we
off,
taking
who
this?
should, like, who should have off, who shouldn't have off, how seriously we should take this. It's like, if y'all don't take it seriously, y'all finna get dragged. The dragging that y'all will have.
Simply on national television.
Period. I think Gail said reparations hell.
Period. I was like, call
she
him
saw
out.
she saw Don Lemon is off and was like, oh hell no. If Don is off, speaking of Don, did you see that picture I sent you?
I
My
did. What event was that? He was looking absolutely stunning, beautiful.
Don
Like,
was looking moisturized, melanated, and
yes.
just all kinds of fun in his white suit. Good for him. I'm happy that Don
What
is,
was that? I was trying to figure out because all of the men on there were black and
uh,
fine, and I
I
was
think it
like, oh
was
my
like this,
goodness,
like, it was like this
yes.
black gay, thing. I can't remember what it was. It was hosted by like Native Sons or Native
Oh, what?
Son.
Was it like people in like media, like black queer people in media,
I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
black
I
gay
gotta
men
find
slaying every damn day?
period.
I was
Speaking of
like, why is everybody here so beautiful?
no, they were absolutely gorgeous. It was just nothing but melanated, gorgeous queerness. I was like, ugh, I should have been here. Where was my
Mm-mm.
invite, Native Son? I'm a black gay in media. I deserve an invite.
It's only a matter of time.
That's facts. Um, but let's go ahead and get into this week's Am I the Asshole? You
Let's
wanna
do
read
it.
it off for us?
Okay. Yes, 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 yes. Prepare yourselves. This is gonna hit home to some more than others. So
Mm.
you know, trigger warning, religion. I feel
Oh.
like that's needed. Am I the asshole for making our daughters come to church with us as a condition of them living with us rent free? My husband and I are Catholic and have two daughters aged 21 and 18. Church and our religion are very important to us, and our daughters always attended church with us and attended a Catholic school until high school. The girls are still Catholic, just not as devoutly as us, according to them. They both live with us, rent free, as the title says. Our oldest kept talking 3 years ago about how glad she was that she'd be turning 18 since it meant we couldn't make her go to church anymore. That's true, but we reminded her that she was living with us rent free. She had options. She could live here rent free and attend church with us, pay market rate for her room, or find another place to live. She didn't complain much about it, but since our youngest turned 18 a month ago, they've both been saying it's unfair. They think we're using our position to force religion on them. I think we're being very generous considering we're under no obligation to house them anymore, and being with us in our most important space as a family isn't asking too much. So, are they the assholes for making their daughters come to church with them so that they, as a condition to live rent free?
I'm gonna let you take this
Now
one
your face is saying a lot. I'm surprised you don't want
because I've been the daughters. That was me literally like after graduating high school. Like
They're
my parents
like,
were like, "Okay, now you're done. Great. You're 18. Awesome. You want to keep staying here? You want to keep it's a mandatory Sunday morning. You got to get on your Zoom." Like,
you gotta get
babe,
on
you
your
got to get
Zoom.
on your Zoom. Like, you got to bring your ass down the stairs, pull your ass up to the fucking car, and you better be ready. And
Yeah,
you better be presentable at that. Button down shirt or polo and some khakis or some slacks, whatever it may be.
yeah,
Um, I will say though, like it did force me to be more of like a part of the community at the church.
Mm,
Cause then I was just like, shit, if I'm gonna be here every Sunday morning, might as well just,
I don't want to be
find
miserable.
something. And yeah, so I definitely like joined youth ministry. I was a youth leader. Then I went into the young adult ministry, and like I was in that for a while as well. So it's like it wasn't a bad thing. It definitely like serving God through like community like that was it was beneficial to my like growth as a person. So I understand like, where her parents are coming from, and like they just want their kids to, grow up knowing God. And that's I agree.
Important to them.
But see, the way my parents did it is like it wasn't like a you live here rent free, you're coming to church. It's like you're living in this house. We all go to church on Sunday and we leave you in this house. That don't seem right. Bring your ass.
Yeah, I think also like to the parents, they're like, it's just going to church. We could be having you have these crazy expectations of you in order for you not to pay rent. And we're just asking you to go to church. And to them, church is already like something you should be
Ugh.
doing. So it's like, why
Right.
do you think it's unfair if all you have to do is go to church and hear the good
But
message of the Lord?
yeah, I think that's fine. But I think the problem with this is that they're hoarding it over them as rent. It's like you gotta do this or pay rent.
Yep.
I think that's where the daughters are just like, okay, that's a little unfair. It's like, and then their parents are just like, well, it's a small price to pay for living here rent free, so pay up or pull up, like, you
I
know.
mean,
But I also understand with the daughter's point of view. It's like Catholic church, girl, mass. You ever been to a Catholic service?
yeah, a couple times.
Girl, you be in there like, dang. At least at a black church, that should be entertaining.
Yeah.
The pastor doing the absolute most. So, somebody grandma, somebody auntie falling out every 2 seconds. She do this every Sunday. Like, is she really catching the Holy Ghost? She just drunk. Like, there's like there's you go to a black church, it's a fashion show. You want to see who walking down the aisle on Sunday, like who pulling up in the fits. Like
Mm.
that's what it is. Whereas opposed to like a Catholic church, girl, you in that big ass cathedral, hot as hell probably because the air condition don't ever be working. Be hot, the books be smelling. It be everybody be musty. It be
They have the
humid at the
hymn
same
books
time.
and the sermon books and stuff.
Yeah, and it'd be saying, "Oh man," like, I could understand like why they would dread going to like church. But if like church was more entertaining, like maybe I'll pull up. Listen, let me find out the listen. I think the daughters definitely just need to find like make the fun in it. Like if I gotta pull up to church, you know what? Be like, all right, bet if I gotta pull up to church, let's at least get some like fucking what's that place the white people love to go to? Cracker Barrel. Shit, if we going to church every
We going to
Sunday,
Cracker Barrel after.
we going to Cracker Barrel after. That's my like. I don't think there's anything wrong with the parents. What the parents are doing, just don't equate it to having to pay rent
I just feel
because there's a
like,
difference.
yeah, it's just like, I do think they're the assholes for that.
A
And
little
it's not
bit.
like it's a ridiculous ask, but they are forcing religion on them. And it's like, that's what you've been doing their whole lives. So now don't come over here running to the internet saying, now have a problem and they're vocalizing how we're forcing religion on them. And so now we're going to use this to force religion on them even more. And it's
Because
like,
in the end, what
okay, girl, well,
happens
you've
is
already been doing this. Like, you didn't have an issue with it before. Now that they're older and have control, now it's an issue.
exactly.
But it's like, own up to the asshole. You an asshole
I,
for this shit. That's just what it is.
because I think then you'll see like we've all seen what happens when like parents are like this. It's like for one, your kids are gonna resent you. Two, they're probably gonna turn away from religion because they're gonna like every time they think about going to church, they're gonna be like, ugh, I remember my parents used to force me to go all the time and I hated it. Well, it's like especially when you get to that like young adult age, it's like religion it has to be something that you either want to continue or you want to rediscover. Because
Mm-hmm.
going to church and going to Sunday school on a Sunday is very different than being an adult and going to church. You
Yeah.
have to find like why you yourself as an adult now like want to continue within religion and want to keep like, serving or and like, walking within this faith. And it's not
Right.
an
Instead of
easy
it just being
like
something you've just always done.
like why I'm like being dragged to something every listen, my parents used to try to drag me to stuff and like force me to do stuff and I'd be like, hell no. Like I ever tell you the story how my parents one summer forced me to go join football.
Oh yeah, yeah, I think so.
And I
I
hated
think in
it
the
so
early
much that
episode.
literally, yeah, and I hated it so much that literally I like in the middle of practice, I walked off and I walked up to my dad while he was sitting with the rest of the parents and they were all just like looking at him like, what is your son doing? And I literally just said, I want to go home. And I took off my helmet like, I want
Period.
to go home. So, if anything, I think that's the type of like emotion and like, reaction that the kids are going to have anytime like organized religion is brought up. It's like they're just gonna be like, my parents used to make me do it, so now I hate it. So now I don't
Yeah,
participate because I know it'll
because
get
of
under my
that.
parents' skin, and
If
that's not what
like
you
even if
want.
I did have my own, even if I could rediscover it for myself, now I don't want to because I just think about all the history and trauma attached to it. Because even with your like football story, like it doesn't even have to be church. I remember Will Smith talking about how Willow performed I Whip My Hair one time, and she was like, "Thanks, Dad. I never want to do it again." And Will Smith was like, "We have. I don't know if they were like on tour with somebody or something." He's like, "We promised that we would." So we got to keep doing it. And she's like, no, I never want to do it again. And she cut her hair
And
off. And
she
Will
said,
was
"I'm going
like,
bald and
okay,
fuck
well,
y'all."
that's it. We're not doing anymore. And it's like, and you see their kind of relationship. And I know there's more to it with their parenting style and
Yeah,
all of that, but it's like those like little decisions that you can respect from your child deciding like, I don't want to do this anymore. To be like, okay, well, let's discover what you do want to do instead of me just forcing things on you that I feel like you should be doing when you've told me time and time again, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
that you don't want to. Well,
Yeah.
good luck to that family and those kids. I
And stop
hope
forcing
like
your
they
kids
do
and
find their way.
yeah, cuz honey, I remember my mom would send me scathing text messages when I didn't show up for church if I missed it for any reason. And I'd be like, I'm not coming next week, honey. So be mad. But when my dad wouldn't say anything, or he'd be like, "Oh, hey, we missed you," he's like, "How are you?" I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Let me make sure I'm there next week." But like when it didn't feel like I was pressured to be there, like as an adult, anyways, it
Yeah,
made me want to show up because it's like now this is on my own volition. I don't have somebody ear in my ear telling me what I should or shouldn't do. It's a matter of like, I respect your
me.
decision either way. And I'm like, oh, you do? Actually, you were right this whole time. But if you tell me I was right this whole time, I'm arguing you down. No, bitch. Fuck you and your beliefs.
She said, I'm going hard for what I stand for. Period.
Honey.
You
But
double
yeah.
down like 10 toes down even harder.
Look, it's like that thing with like the dishes. If you were like, I need to clean up, but then as soon as your parents tell you to clean up, bitch,
You're
fuck
like, I don't
them.
want to
Like,
do this
why
no
is
more. I was
right?
gonna do it, but I don't want to do it no more.
Right. Literally.
Like as soon as or like when you're washing dishes and somebody was like, "Good, I hope you. I'm glad you finally get into them." I said, you immediately just want to drop your fucking dishes right there and be like, walk away, be like, "No,
Nah, let
fuck
me
this, I'm
just
done.
right.
Y'all got it. Y'all want them done so
Right.
bad, y'all can do it."
And go ahead. You got it.
Well, good luck to that family. But
Yeah.
yeah, yes, ma'am. Unfortunately, you Loki are the asshole for forcing them.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like
I'm
asshole's a
sure other
spectrum.
parents are gonna be like, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be okay.
Exactly.
Just move out already, girl. Let me stop talking. Well, speaking of fathers, and it is Father's Day weekend. Um, Did you do anything special for your dad, even though you weren't in town?
I sent him, a nice little WhatsApp message.
Not the what? Dang, he can't even get a direct message. He get a WhatsApp message.
It's Father's Day for the family holidays. That's things you put in the group chat. I was gonna call
Yeah.
him, but block parties and such.
You were like, I'm out here being a young, hot black 20-year-old. I'm good, Dad. I'll talk to you later.
I'll talk to you later.
Ah, no. I made breakfast for my parents, and I got my dad a
Aw,
card. And
that's
then
cute.
in like low key, like ancient African fashion, we sat under the tree in my backyard, me, him, and my mom, and just he just told us stories.
Oh, about growing up.
Yeah, and just like we just like kept telling each other stories and stuff about things going on in life and shit. And it was so funny. I was just like, oh, look. I'm sure like in that moment, like if you'd have taken a picture, you'd have been like, is this like back in like AD or is this like current times kind of a thing?
Hmm,
Like the elder of the family telling stories to the younger generation and shit. It was a cute moment, I will say.
that's cute. I love that.
And then we had a little barbecue. It was cute. I liked it.
I love that for
I
your
think
friend.
I don't know. Relationships with dads are like weird sometimes. I'm trying to work on mine. Trying to be closer with my
Yeah.
dad. Talk to him more. Cause I just be like, oh, this nigga here. Okay, what up? Hey, okay, bye.
Right. Because I feel like African dads, like, they didn't know how to communicate with their children. They're like, you're a child. What do I say to you? And now that we're older, it's kind of like, I feel like they're more
You're an
like, oh,
adult. I don't know
snap.
what to say to
Like,
you.
but they want to talk. But it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
you didn't cultivate that kind of relationship for the last 2 decades. And now you're trying for the last couple of years to make up for like all of that.
it's like that. It's like that one Vine where it's like, whoa, what you doing? We never did that before. I don't know why you thought today was the day.
No, for real. Because moving back in with my parents and like communicating with my dad over the last like 2 years that I was back home as like an
Hmm.
adult just felt like I was learning him all over again. Like I was like, this is a new man before me.
Yes, and then you start to. I noticed like a lot more things, especially like now that my dad is like 60. He's like close to
Mm,
like retirement age. I was just like, you're like a lot wrinklier than like you used to be. Like you
mm.
start to notice like as you grow up, you start to notice like the age on like your parents, specifically my dad. Anyway, I'm just like,
Oh my
wait,
goodness,
I
you're
don't know
getting
why.
older.
Yeah, I was just like, you're really old. Not like a good way or like a bad way, but it's just like a
It's
matter of
like,
fact of just like you old nigga.
yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, you're approaching retirement age. Like, you're not just like, because you're starting to see them as an individual instead of just your parent.
And that's a very weird like concept to like get a grasp of like if your parents is like regular people, just especially your
Mm,
dad. I don't know
mm,
why. Them niggas are, I'm just like, wait, you're a real person.
right.
And then you're just like, damn, that means you have feelings and shit. Cause I
Feelings,
can,
thoughts, emotions,
yeah. And I'm just
full
like, oh,
emotions.
so like I could do some shit that might hurt your feelings. Damn,
No,
I
for
never
real.
thought of that.
Right. It's really a whole new discovery.
You're just like, wait, fuck. But then you're just like, do I want do like but then you have to like there's like this whole then internal thing is like, do I want to cultivate that relationship still? It's like there's so much trauma that you've already instilled in me. I don't know if I want to fuck with you or if I fuck with you at all like that.
Hmm. No, that's real. Because it's like, okay, you're like laughing and smiling before me, but I'm also remembering all the toxic, harmful shit you said to me on a regular Tuesday, girl. So,
Like on a random ass Tuesday at like 5 p.m.
yeah.
The shit that you did. And then but then like my mom like tells me about stuff that like he used to do when I was like really younger because he was so excited to like have a little son and like a little boy and I'm just like what the fuck has
Oh,
this been
yeah.
and you're just like wait what this person existed like he used to do that
Literally, I remember seeing a
oh
picture with like my parents holding my oldest sister and like them just looking so happy, and I'm like, I've never imagined them as like the excited new parents that are like doing a baby voice or playing with their child. Like
Yes.
I'm like, I don't. My parents had that. Like they weren't just always strict and like, be about this, do this. What are you
Yeah.
doing that? Like,
You so you mean to tell me you haven't always been the disciplinarian? Like you used to actually be fun?
yeah,
And then like when and I've started to see like those like now that like me and my sister like are older and like I started to notice like him kind of just like relax a bit and just like try to be like that fun like jokey dad. Like this man sends memes and like Facebook reels to the family group chat. I'm like, the fuck is it? This is the most communication this man has ever like.
right.
Me and my
I'd
dad
be
have
looking at them
never
like,
texted ever, but then this man
did you mean
he
to send that? Like,
be like, "You good?" And I'm just like, "Oh, this is weird." Like
yeah.
it's one thing growing up with like a single parent and like never having a father figure in the household, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
it's another thing as especially and this happens a lot in like African homes. It's like you grow up with a father, but he's so distant and emotionally and like sometimes even physically. It's just like, are who even are you?
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, I don't know this nigga. And then you just like, I don't know if I fuck with this nigga at all.
You're not my
you're not you're not my dad. Pussy ass nigga like what?
dad.
No, literally. And you're just like, wait. Oh, okay. And I think that's like something that they definitely have to work on. So if you're a future African dad listening or already one is like, try your African children are gonna think it's weird that you kind of want to hang out with them and like get to know them as an adult. But keep pushing. They'll
Yeah,
get to
and
a
try
point
to
where
do
they're
it,
like,
before adulthood if it's not too late.
yes,
Like,
especially
I feel
because they'll
like, because sometimes I'm like, I don't dislike my dad. I think I'm saying that right. I like my dad, but it just
I
feels
don't not like my dad.
yeah, but it just sometimes feels weird talking to him, hanging out with him still, because it's like before, whenever we talked, it was almost like a performance based review or like an evaluation going on. How are you? What are
Check-in
your grades
points.
like? Are you in school?
How's
What are
this
you doing?
going? Did you do
Exactly.
this? Have you been
And
doing
now it's more
this?
like, oh, how's your week? Oh, this happened. I'm going through this. And I'm like, I'm still like, I still have that. There's still the little girl in me who's like a little bit tense, who's like expecting
Yes.
you to say something like you're disappointed or to lecture me about something. And then, like, it's been easing with each conversation a little bit more and
Mm-hmm.
more. But there's still that little bit where I'm like, this is the part where he's like visibly upset that I didn't do this right or something like that.
But then he's not gonna like try to like lecture you or anything like that. He's just gonna be like, "You're an adult. You're making your own choices. I'm just gonna leave."
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
yeah.
fucking weird.
No, literally, I think I have like within the past year, I don't think I've gotten a lecture from my dad, and it's so weird to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, because like my dad travels during the week. I don't know, he be across the country. I don't know where he be at. So he travels during the week, and so like my mom be like, "Have you called your dad to check on him?" And I'm like, "I should probably do that. Yeah, I'll do it later." And I'll call him, and I'm just like, and it's just like sometimes like a little awkward silence in the phone, like,
Mm.
"Oh, where are you at? What are you doing? Oh, where are you taking that? Okay, cool. So where you headed to next? Like what's happening?" And I'm just like, I don't know why like I'm on the phone just waiting for him to like give me instructions like, okay, well you when you get the time today some point, please go do this. And it's just like he doesn't tell me and it's like, okay, that's weird. Like what do I
Yeah.
even talk about with you? Like what are you in like I feel like I have to start like technically kind of like low key like date my dad and be like, let me
Yeah.
get to know you.
Right. What are your interests? What's your
What are
favorite
you into?
color?
Like
Like,
what's the
I don't
vibe?
think I know my dad's favorite color. Now that I'm like
Do
thinking
you
about it.
like it wasn't I went to when I went to Kenya like a few years when I went to go for my grandmother's funeral. Um my aunt, who's not like a blood aunt, she was the one who like shared like pictures of like my dad when he was younger. This man had like an afro and he was wearing like a full, it was like this white wide lapel suit with like bell bottoms.
Oh,
He looked like
girl.
a Jackson 5 like band member. And I was like, "Wait, is that Tito Jackson? Who is
The
this?"
80s man.
No, I think it was like the 70s cuz my
Oh
dad
my
was
goodness.
born 60 something. Yeah, it was the 70s, like the late 70s or early 80s, around there. But I was just like, who is this man? I have never known this man before in my life. Who is this? I was
Sorry to
just
this
like,
man.
and I feel like, and then I got curious. I was like, so does this mean like my dad was like into disco? Like, I want to know now.
OMG, imagine.
It just like spurned like this entire like interest in like my dad's life before he even like his youth, before he met my mom and stuff. And I was just like, oh. And so slowly I've just been peeling layer after layer like an onion.
Right.
I'm just like, let's find out a little bit more about this man. But yeah,
Yes.
I think this past Father's Day, I was just like, let's hang out with this old dude. And I'll give him shit for being old. And I feel kind of bad because I know he's probably like, damn, I am old.
Oh. Oh, I feel like I don't like to think about like my parents' age because it just gives me like mortality. And I just start thinking about that kind of shit. And I'm like, nope, nope, not going there. So I'm just going to talk to him.
But death is a part of life, though. You can't ignore it forever.
No, you can't ignore it, but I don't want to imagine my parents dead. Even if it's inevitable, I'm just like, no, no, no. Like, I can imagine a lot of things. I feel like it's a lot easier for me to even imagine my death more than my parents. I'm like, that's not
Yes.
happening.
But then it's always like, you always hear like whenever a parent loses a child, they're always like, it was supposed to be me first, not them.
That never sit even in my 9-year-old soul. I was like, the fuck you mean it was supposed to be your child should be bearing you? The fuck? Even now at 26, I'm like, the fuck? Bitch, we going all on the same day. What you mean?
One guy, she's like, you going, I'm going. Listen, the
Honey,
minute the
this is a
minute you
group
put in
trip.
your 2 weeks, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. That's when we both get like, what do you
Literally,
mean?
ride together, die together, honey.
Period. Listen, you may have brought me into this world, but I'm gonna go out with you, homie. Like the
That's it.
end is
Ain't
not
no
the
way. Ain't
end.
no other way.
Like, no, I think you know who I will say this. You know who will never let you like forget about death though is moms. African moms. So you want to kill me? Just when I die, you people will rest. When I die, you people will
You want
celebrate in the
to
streets.
kill
Just want
me
to kill me. Just kill me now. Just
because
guide
the way
Jesus.
you just
Lord, just dear God, just take me now. Take me now. My my children have you just want to kill. African mothers will never let you forget that you will be their death. You will be the reason of their
honey,
death.
the reason. And now I'm like a little older. I'm like, oh, it's because you the one doing the raising, honey. You the one
Meanwhile,
taking
they
care
were
of these children.
see. I don't gotta go as hard. I don't got kids. I don't gotta go as hard. That sounds like a you problem. No, my the amount of literally the amount of times my mom has said that like, or like me and she's told me and my sister is like, I'm ready to go whenever. She ain't never gonna let us live it down. Anything we do, she's like, it's okay. When I die, you people will be fine. You just want me to die. I'm just
Hmm.
like, damn, mom. Like, it's not
Like,
everything
who
we
said
do.
that?
It's not
Who said
everything
I'm
we do.
dead?
We're trying to kill you. Like, it's not every mistake we make in life. We're trying to kill you.
Honey, mamas don't
It's
play about the babies. Everything is
literally.
to the extreme.
Yes. Meanwhile, dads, it's like, oh, okay. I I want to go through life with the same nonchalantness that African dads have with their kids.
Yes.
That because that is some. Because how would they just be okay? Meanwhile, your mom, what? You did
Yeah.
what?
My dad, when I told him, I'm not trying to look for another job, in the career that I had before. Okay, well, you'll figure it out. My mom, so you know the Kenyan government is hiring. Let me send you this one. So I put in your email for the school that has engineers and blah, blah. I'm like, Madame,
Leave me
who
alone.
she all of a sudden I want to be a government official, an engineer, a real estate agent. I'm like, mother, who are you raising? Because it couldn't have been me. It couldn't
Your
have
m-
been me
your mom
who
your
wants to do this.
mom your mom legit just said, "Okay, so what you gonna do with your time? Because you're not about to just sit around."
Right. She said, pick something, do something, and something that I can be proud of and brag about to my friends. Thank you. Otherwise, you're not doing it.
I I don't even think like right now my dad knows what I do for a living. Like if I went and asked my parents like, "Do you know what I do every day?" or like what I do for a living or like what my job title, they'd be like, "No." I'd be like, "Well, damn." So I'm glad at least your mom was like, "I want to be able to brag, so you better pick something prestigious."
I mean, she'll only want to brag if it's something like it's like a regular 9 to 5. She not gonna know, but she wants a prestigious one so that she can know and she can tell other people about it. If I'm working in sales, insurance, or a bank, I'm just yeah, my daughter. You know, she's good. Blah blah blah. But it's different if, oh, you know, my data serves as the U.S. diplomat engineer accountant for Kenya. That's when she'll know the job title, honey. That's when she'll
Boy,
be
she
like,
know.
well, I need you to write that down for me. And what's the company calling me? She'll be posting my like headshots on her Facebook. Like it'll be a whole nother kind of performance for other people.
Child. Well, I hope that
Happy
the
Father's Day.
there you go. That's what I was gonna say. I hope y'all get to know y'all dads this past Father's Day. Peel the onion back, learn the layers, cause they're very interesting people. Honestly, getting to,
Yes,
getting to know your parents as adults is interesting overall. But
very
I think
interesting.
it's a they're kind of cool.
Yeah, they actually, have some things worth hearing about. That's like, ow. Especially as you get older and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm becoming more and more like them. I don't remember. I was watching a wedding, a Kenyan wedding online.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up and started like dancing a little bit. Like I was getting up to do something else. And I
Yeah.
danced a little bit and I caught myself in the mirror looking just like my dad, doing the little hip shimmy and waver move like my dad. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening to me right now? I'm a hot girl. I do hot
Spend his
shit.
income on my outfits.
I need to play some mag or something. Feel like a
You're like,
bad bitch again after I caught myself.
do you know? I caught myself. I've had that instance before where like, oh my god, I'm turning into my dad. Where what was I doing? I think I was sitting just like downstairs, watching TV, and then I caught myself literally just switching over to like ABC News and genuinely paying attention.
Were you sitting there with your arms folded?
Yes, I was. And then my sister literally came downstairs and was like, "You look like dad." And she smirked and said, "You look like dad." I said, and I caught myself and said,
How dare you?
"Yeah." That minute I got up and I was just like, "Let me go do something young. Let me go do something young because I feel ancient at this point."
Right. So, if you're blessed enough to have your pops around and for them to be a decent enough human that you feel like you can talk to, um, take a word or two from them because you will be turning into them slowly but surely, at least a little bit.
Child,
So you might as well just embrace it while you can.
shit. Let me not turn on my daddy because I don't know how I'd look with just short as he is with his little belly. Can't be me, girl. Can't be me. Before we sign off, girl, have you been seeing this nonsense with Russell Wilson and Oh, girl,
Mm-mm.
Kimura.
I don't think so.
Apparently, this man done fled the country. They're calling him a deadbeat daddy. He's broke, apparently. Kimura just went on live and was like exposing him, and she was like, "It's kind of fucked up how young I was when we started dating." Because apparently, she was a sophomore in high school.
Oh shit.
And like she's accusing him of like so much stuff that's been like going on. Like it's been my timeline has been just like filled with this. And I'm just like, what is going on? And then her daughter, Aoki, was just like going off. Apparently she was like crying on live or something. And I'm just like, oh Lord,
Oh my goodness.
it's mad weird. But yeah, like all this stuff got like apparently that's coming out about their relationship, his relationship with his daughters. Apparently now he's broke.
He's
Where
broke.
apparently that's what they're saying. She's saying, or like he has no money. That's why he fled to another country so that he can't face
Oh,
charges or
charges.
whatever.
Because wasn't he already
Yeah,
like going through something like some sexual assault case? Maybe
yeah. Apparently
multiple.
Russell Wilson just been not Russell Wilson. Jesus, Russell. What is his Simmons?
Simmons?
Jesus,
Yes.
I don't know
That's what
why
it
I
is.
forgot. Yeah, apparently he's just been committing like atrocities and like sexual abuse towards women for like decades on end, and people have just
Turned a
it just
blind
hasn't been
eye.
brought. Yeah, it just hasn't been brought to light as much because I guess he's not that big of a figure. But
I know he
mm-mm.
had lost like ownership, or I don't know if he lost it, relinquished it, or whatever, an odd death. And their YouTube channel kind of fell apart once all that came out because he was
Oh,
like the head of it. He would appear in some of their skits, and all death was really popping in like 2015 or 16. And then once that shit came out, it was like he dipped out of public sight, and then all death took a uh like tanked some. It's like these I don't really feel for these powerful men who are abusive. I feel nothing for them, but I feel for the people who are like regular people employed trying to, make a check, and now they're out of a job because
because how were
somebody
you as
a
an
whole
adult
predator.
dating a whole sophomore in high school?
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry if I'm derailing this conversation, but I saw
No,
something
go
else
ahead.
about I always get these women confused. Is it Cher? Or who's the other white woman that sings that black people really love and now she's in her 70s?
Dolly Parton,
No, starts with the C, I think.
Cher, or who? I need
I
a
think
I need an
she has
example.
two names. Bon Clyde. No, what is her name? You know it. She be singing, and older black people love her.
Girl, I don't know. It's only person I know is Dolly Parton.
No, you know who this is. Okay, continue. Continue about Russell because I need to figure her out now because it's gonna kill
Girl,
me.
look this up while you're doing that.
Like
But yeah,
Cher esque. It's
Cher
like
esque. No, because now I can't even move on to the story until I figure this
no,
out.
because I'm sorry, but this is gonna kill me if I don't get it. And like they were talking about how she was basically like preyed on as a child. Like her manager discovered her when she was like 12 and literally put his house
Celine
down.
Dion,
Celine Dion, thank you. Thank you. See, two
girl.
names and a C. Bruh, and
Yeah,
she
Celine is.
married that man when she was like 19. Mind
I
you,
mean, it's the same.
she was 12,
It's
he was 38 when they met.
it's mad weird. I don't know.
Like, I,
Hollywood, like, just ages. Like, just because you're in the industry does not mean you're an adult or like you're old enough to understand the shit that's going on. It's like
right,
y'all
and you're
expecting children's brains to comprehend adult practices. And it's like no, 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 no.
no,
Mm-mm.
literally,
That's what.
like they announced they were dating when she was like 19. He was whole 45. Like
And
the age
for
you
like the
are right now,
longest,
that's like your significant other being born right now.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. It's just so weird. I feel like some of these men like feel like you get to a certain status or have certain income and you feel like you're beyond um
Eh,
basic
Not on,
morals, ethics, laws.
not only that, but I also feel like a lot of them just think because the reason they prey on younger women is because they feel like, well, I can mold you into whatever I want. Whereas if I
Yes.
were to go after women my own age, they'd be they'd have their own mind and their own thoughts, and
Oh my
I
goodness.
wouldn't be able to
Sorry.
brainwash them.
Every time you bring this up, I remember a new weirdo groomer.
Yeah,
Well,
because
I
they're
won't call
rampant.
him
They're
a
rampant.
groomer, but he's weird. They're like this TikTok couple that goes on live. They were preaching about like polyamory, but I don't think they're
Oh
even
my god,
polyamorous
yes, I know
anymore.
exactly who you're talking about, and I see their lives on my For You page, and I just swipe up because I'm
Yes.
not dealing with their bullshit. I know the
I
couple you're
just
talking
started
about.
seeing them, and this girl is like a smooth 20, 21, and they're
Yes.
like 30 or approaching 30. And it's like, of course, you wanted yourself like a little 19, 20-year old. They've been dating for
Isn't
like
one
a
of the
year now
isn't
or
one of the
something.
women isn't one of the women named Shanice or something?
Shanice doing a lot of yapping.
Your mouth is moving a lot. Yappa 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 like a rat.
Yep.
Shut it, please.
But Shanice said,
um
I'm actually good. I'm done.
yeah, I
And she
heard she
did. But the dude
left.
gives me such like a
Dr. Umar
narcissist
vibes.
vibes. Yeah, but like narcissist, like he is. I think, like, I feel like sometimes he's allegedly, whatever.
Abusive,
Yeah, it's just
allegedly.
strange. It's just
Our favorite
strange
word.
to witness. It's just so weird to
So
see them. And I hope that girl is all right, because I'd be feeling a little scared for her.
yeah, even from like the few seconds of the lives that I be seeing, I'd be like, oh, that man just looked like he looks very
Insecure.
creepy. Yeah, and apparently
Yeah.
he said something along the lines of, and Hallie or Chloe stay out of my DMs or something at the end of a live. And people were like, be fucking for real, nigga. Come on now. Be fucking for real.
He wishes the Bailey girls were checking for him. Sir.
Girl, ain't nobody checking
Sir.
for your ass. Goodbye.
Maybe DVD, but not the Bailey sisters. I'm sorry.
Not DVD. I hate you. Because you know that man. Bomba clot.
We need to wrap up this episode.
That's my favorite fucking like sound or like audio or
It's
whatever.
just a random thing to quote.
No, it wasn't even. It was just. I think it was just like him just eating like a meat pie or like some jerk
Oh
chicken or
my
something,
gosh.
and you just hear him. And I guess he tries to like say like bomba clot, and he's like bomba clot, like he ate it up, and you're just like,
Ain't that one little thing though? He
you know what? You know what it's giving? It's giving David Diggs, Sebastian,
uh,
low key.
now what would you do to be like that?
Child. Anyway, it looks like Wanga she's about to record some unboxing videos for her YouTube. Let me just go
I'm
ahead. Let's go ahead and
sorry.
wrap this up. Y'all, it's been real. To all the fathers out there, shout out to y'all.
To the good
Um,
ones.
yes, to to the ones who stepped up and became father figures. Happy Father's Day to y'all. Happy Juneteenth. Um, we free niggas. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate. Follow us on social media wherever podcasts are found. Don't forget to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post the audio of the podcast every Tuesday on our YouTube, as well as wherever podcasts are found. We love you. Thank you for listening. We out there,
Bye.
big. Wait, let me get to the audio. Hold on.
Oh,
Wait.
brother.
Don't do me. You know you love it. Hold on. Is he even gonna? Girl, fuck you. It doesn't want
This
to play.
guy stinks.
It doesn't even want to play now.
Thank
Great.
you. Goodbye.
Bye.